Hello everybody, welcome back to Stranded Deep. So before we get started, once the main menu actually loads, you may notice that I've actually been playing on my own time. We stopped at day 57, it is now day 64. The only thing I have done in that time is I have stuck strictly to our local area, like the home island and all the islands we've been exploring up to this point, and more or less just bouncing between them, farming fibrous leaves. That's more or less all I've been doing. I did have to defend myself from big bacon and the snakes and the crabs and stuff like that on the larger islands. And I did actually just, by happenstance, get a hunting level over that course from a giant crab of all things. But overall, it was mostly just prep work. Let's see, some other things that have changed. I got rid of the aloe vera plants. We now have more potato plants. So now every crop yield we collect can fill up the fuel still on its own. However, what we're going to be doing... I just realized that's a mistake. Give me just a second. I need to plug this in. I thought I already did that. Okay, you may have seen a brief skip. Nope. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. Right, but what I have ended up doing is... let's see. Yeah, I need to find my raft so I can actually show you guys. It's over there. So, what we're looking for is everything that I've got stocked up in my raft. I've used up more or less all of my stick supplies. Let's see. So we still have all our tools, not that we'll really need them. We've got larder box for stuff on the go. Weapons. You'll notice I have a bunch of stacks of spear gun arrows. If we go to this cargo box, I have 3 more stacks and a bed. Over here in the medicine, I have a bunch of antidotes if I do happen to get poisoned, and I also have 3 aloe salves. Got a full amount of bandages, because bandages... Bleed is probably going to be the most likely status effect to happen while we're out doing what we're doing. And splints in case I get a broken bone. Not likely, but just in case, you know? Alright, so... First thing we gotta do is... Let me actually go and double-check the map and see exactly where we need to go. Because I know our targets are in 3 of the cardinal directions. So, cartographer. We zoom all the way out. So, almost all the way north. Not quite all the way, but almost all the way north. Almost all the way south, and almost all the way west. So, yeah, we'll go north first, looks like. It's only 3 islands away. Yeah, that should be fine, so we'll go north. And we'll start with that one, see how well that works out for us. Now, the reason I have a bed is because I'm not going to be stopping at any of the islands that I find for long. Like, at most, I'll get close to the shore, defend myself from a terrestrial threat if there is one, and then use the bed to save while I'm on that island. Because that's how the bed works. Unfortunately, you can't use the bed out in the open ocean. You have to be within the bounds of an island for it to work. So, I prefer the safety of just being on the shore, just in case whenever you load up, something happens, like you might glitch through your raft and fall in the water when there's a shark next to you. Okay, so north. We need to go to that island right there. That's not quite due north, but that's the way. So, we're going to head to that big island over there to start. And then hopefully, we can find what we're looking for over there. I imagine this episode is probably going to be pretty short due to the subject matter that we're dealing with, because we are more or less at endgame. The only reason I can think of this not being the finale is if I am woefully underprepared and end up not having enough ammo to actually kill all of our targets. But I'm hoping I have enough. Because I'd hate to have to do just a grind session video of just me collecting fibrous leaves and chopping up all the logs I've got at home, just to make sure I have enough ammo, but Should be okay. I'm also not going to be too concerned about any sort of wildlife, because the places we're going are special. They don't usually have creatures in and around them, aside from what actually lives there. Waters are quiet. That's not necessarily a good thing, but... depending on what time it is when we get there, it may not be a bad idea, since we have a campsite on this island, to spend the night here. Like, we can spend the night on this island, eat the food stocks that I've got left over there if I have any, drink from the water still, and then we can get moving into the outer fringes of the Pacific, but we'll just have to see. Yeah. Things are really quiet out here. Okay. I think I can see our platform. Make sure, yeah, my mic's on. Okay, here we are. Is that? Oh, we got a great white following us. Weird that he wasn't... wait a minute. Yeah, I remember this. That goblin shark over there followed me when I came here to farm stuff, and... yeah. Okay. Well, it is getting kind of dark, so... we can stay here overnight. Yeah, that goblin shark's not one of the ones that was here when I came here the first time. I had to kill it when I was on my way back out because it was stalking me. But we're here now, and it's definitely dark enough, so... how are we doing on water? Yeah, we've got a full thing of water here, so we've got plenty of fibrous to make use of, so... sure, why not? Let's save. And then, before we sleep, let's check the map again, make sure we're going in the right direction. We should be. Now, doing this might move the shark, but let's see. Photographer. Let's see, so we are on this island. Not exactly due north, but like a little ways off from that. And then, let's see, a little ways off from the north, and it's basically behind the island in that direction. So, okay. Like I said, thankfully this island we have right here is safe, so we can rest here on the way. Yeah. Well, we already saved, so let's sleep. And good, it's bright and early. That'll do. Now, I don't know if that great white's still kind of hanging out around here, so... Let me get everything sorted here. Compass. We need to go not due north, but like slightly off north. So let's rotate this way. Yeah, there's home, so... Oh, that's shallows. Okay. So not due north, but slightly off north. So... should be just right behind that island. Now this one's got a cargo barge, but we're not interested in what the island itself has. We just need to be able to get onto the sand without getting attacked by anything. Heck. Actually, we can probably just bypass this island entirely, since we saved right there. This target's not too far away from home. I can still barely see my house on the horizon, so... if we're lucky, we may even be able to find our way back purely by sight. Now, unfortunately, what we're looking for doesn't exactly have any, like, identifying features or anything. It's just kind of an event that happens in the open water, so you just kind of have to hope you find the right spot while being in the same general area. Which is one of the main reasons why I think saving on this island might be a good idea, just so I can access the map and be a bit more confident as to where I'd be going. And I don't see our home island anymore. Nope, it's vanished into the horizon, so... yeah, we are going to have to try and navigate our way back, but that shouldn't be too hard to do. We want to keep going north, which means we want to get around the cargo barge. That looks like the front of it. Is it? I can't tell. Is that a whale shark? No, I think that's a tiger shark following me. No, that's a whale shark. Hi, friend. I'd much rather see you than a great white, that's for sure. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we basically just need to keep going this way. Maybe make a slight adjustment? Like in this direction. And supposedly what we're looking for is somewhere out here. And what we're looking for is not a tiger shark. Now, depending on what this is, we may be able to see something out on the water, but it's at the same time, you know, it just kind of depends. Because some of these targets are harder to see than others. Hold on. Is that something? No. I thought I saw something when I didn't. Ooh. Boat's doing a lot of bobbing. I don't see anything out here. This should be the right place. And it's not like there's any sort of criteria for these things to appear either. They're just out here. So long as we get close enough, we should be able to see it. Yeah, I'm just using Puck for the zoom. I'm not actually, like, trying to shoot anything. There's not anything out here to shoot. But I'm not seeing anything. At least nothing that sticks out. May not be a bad plan to hit up an island. Well, let's make sure we're going the right way. No, we're not. We are going, like, northeast. We need to go more north. So we probably completely missed whatever it is we're looking for. It's probably over this way somewhere. Okay, something's stalking us, but that's not a surprise. We've been out in the water for a bit, so... Ah, goblin shark. Yeah, that's not really a concern. Yeah, I don't see anything. And now we're going northeast. Let's head to that island over there. Let's see. We go this way. Let's see. Yeah, this is going more north. This, I think, might be the island, like, at the furthest north reaches of the map. So... we can stop here, look at the map, and see where we missed it. Because it should be somewhere... oh, nice try. It should be somewhere out here, but I don't see anything. So... of course, really finding these things is the hard part. Standard wreck. Yeah, I don't really see much of anything. Okay, there's a giant crab here, but I don't think the giant crab's going to bother us on the raft, so we should be okay. We just drop off and drop the bed and save. And here we are. So where are we? Okay, so what we're looking for, we're not at the northernmost island. We got knocked off course. So what we're looking for is to the northeast. No, that's to the northwest is where we need to go. We need to go to the northwest. So I was probably searching somewhere around here when what I was really looking for was more that way. So... okay. Alright, so we need to go to the northwest from here. Not exactly northwest. Actually, yeah, more or less exactly northwest. Alright, so we'll give that a try. My melee spear has been damaged, but I think I should be okay. I've got plenty of spares. Can I move? Where'd the crab go? Oh, he's over there. Okay. That in there. Northwest. Yeah, what we're looking for is that way. So let's hoist anchor, move this thing out a bit. Got this real quick. We need to go kind of between those two islands there. And what we're looking for should be between them. Looks like that island's got a cargo barge, at least I think it does. That definitely looks like one. I hear swimming noises. It's just a local hammerhead. You're not a problem. I'm not interested in you, though nice of you to stop by. Yeah, we'll know we're in the right area if something's stalking us, because whatever is doing it will leave us alone. Because the areas we're going to are considered their own unique territories. You're gonna turn back. Yep. You gonna attempt an attack from below? You gonna try torpedoing us? No? You just turned back. Okay. Well, let me make sure I can see what we're looking for, because it should be out here somewhere. Like, just out in the middle of the water. And unfortunately, since we're not on an island, I can't save out here to look. Ah! There it is! You can kind of see a little thing sticking out of the water there. So this is actually probably the hardest one to find, because the item you need to look for is so small. Okay, good. No storms. The Great Abaya. So this is when you know you're in the right territory. So you see that little sort of orange indicator. What time is it? Okay, we've got time, though it is a bit late in the day. So... I'm going to grab as much ammo as I can, because we're going to need a lot of it to fight the Great Abaya. Tell you what I might do. I might just wait out the day because of how late it is. It's in the afternoon, and I don't like doing that, but... Well, let's give this a shot. We're loaded up with ammo.
Just what I need.
So we need to find that right there. Look at all those bones. Hi! Okay, we need to get back to our boat quickly. I'm surprised Abaya's music's not playing. There you are. So, Abaya is basically just a giant moray eel. Yeah, I don't know why your music's not playing. didn't even think that would technically work. But yeah, Abaya is basically just a giant moray eel. And as long as you're standing on your raft, she's really not a threat. Because all of the bosses in the game have special attacks they can perform. With the exception of one of them, they can only perform that attack if you're using the unique set piece that is part of the arena. Like, if I was standing on top of it, I think this is supposed to be like a sunken submarine or something, or some kind of old wartime wreck. But, as long as I'm not standing on that... Oh! So you heard that splashing. That was Abaya trying to breach out of the water to grab me, so... Okay, I was wrong. Yeah, as you can see, she's really not that much of a threat. However, they definitely went for the creepy factor, because I don't know of any eel that makes that kind of noise. But as you can see, Abaya takes a beating. Got her. Okay. We need to be quick. Grab as many of these as we can. Want to buy a trophy? Aircraft engine part. Oh, oh, oh. They went down there. Okay, good. They fixed that. It used to be when you fought one of these boss creatures and you killed them, it used to be that any ammo that was stuck in them disappeared. So they fixed that. That's good. Okay. Whew. Now, did I get all of it back? Okay, I'm missing one, but that's okay. So, yeah, we're done. We beat Abaya. We can head back home now. So, let me offload all of this crap. Ooh, that was a big wave. Okay. Alright, we need to head back home, and home is, like, south, basically. So, pick up my anchor. Alright. Back towards that island. And away we go. Hopefully when we get close enough, we can actually see our house on the horizon and can make it back that way. But I guess that really just kind of depends. Yeah, that was weird, though, that Abaya's music didn't start playing. I guess because I idled on the boat for too long. But each of the bosses has their own little theme that plays when you fight them. So... And the sun sets on the first of the sea monsters. That looks like a hammerhead. I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah. Yeah, the worst you're gonna do, buddy, is knock me off course. Yeah. Well, the hammerhead's cleared off, but there might be other stuff out here. Dang. We're like maybe... Let's see. These streams are usually about 3 hours long to compensate for the first Stooges. So we're maybe like a sixth of the way through, and we've already killed our first boss. So, yeah. Stream might be a bit short today. How are my stats looking? Not too bad. If I can find the island I camped at, I can probably make use of the supplies there. Just since I'm on my way back anyway. Let's see, we got that cargo barge there. I believe that's the one we sailed past. So... Small island there. There's our platform, which means... that island is home, I think. So, yeah. Yeah, because that one has our platform. I can kind of see my roof. Assuming that's actually my roof and not just like a piece of wreckage. No, that's a piece of wreckage, but that is... We're on the right track. Because where we camped is right over there. Hi, whale shark. Nice to see a peaceful, friendly face. Whoa, speaking of peaceful... Whoa! Look at that! I didn't actually expect to see one of these during the playthrough. That's a whale! Holy crap, we found a humpback whale! Hi! Wow! Yeah, that's like one of the rarest creatures you can find in the sea. That's more rare than a great white. Never thought I'd see one of those. Now, funnily enough, if you actually like hang around them long enough, they actually will do whale calls. I've heard them do it. Okay, so that's not home. There's home. Right over there. So, yeah, we'll stop at this campsite since we probably won't need to come back here anymore. We'll stop here. Let's see, we'll stop here, stock up, and then we can head back. head back home, rest for the night, figure out where we need to go. Because I believe we need to go almost due south and almost due west for the rest of our targets. Oh, and now something's stalking us. Oh, goblin shark. That's not an issue. Yeah, I don't care about you, buddy. You are quite literally a non-issue. And look, I got a corpse of one of your friends over here. Do you really think you scare me? There he is, yeah. How we doing? Yeah, I need a drink. I won't be coming back out this way, so let's see. Home is that island over there. Yep, that's home. That's our house. I'm sure Mr. Goblin Shark's still around here somewhere. I think I see him. Yeah. I can just barely make him out. He's right there. Yeah. You are persistent, aren't you? Well, he gave up. So, not our problem anymore, I guess. Oh, what else is attacking us? Is it another goblin shark? Oh, it is! You picking up where your friend left off? Yeah, I ain't scared of you, buddy. Ah, yeah, you can see the lights. We're home. Oh, we got a hammerhead coming after us too. Oh no, you're just in like investigate mode. You're not in attack mode right now. Let's not crash into our little shipping container. That thing's treated us right. I don't want to crash into it. That'd just be rude. There we go. Home sweet home. Not a shark to be found. Pull this up on the beach. Yeah. Good to be back. Our stats are looking pretty good, so depending on where we need to go, let me actually go ahead and take care of my crops while I'm here. Got these potatoes to pick. Let's mash all these in here. Just in case. And by the time we come back from our next excursion, that should be done. So, wait, did that already do a thing? No, it didn't. Okay. It just hissed. So, let's see. Fruit trees. Okay, so we have a Kura fruit. Do we want to wait? Do we want to sleep? It's past midnight. Let's at least save and figure out where we need to go. And then I can figure out what I'm going to do from there. Cartographer, where are we going next? So, here's the thing. We will still see Great Abaya's little thing here. Because that's just like where her area is, even though we've already killed her. So, that's kind of just there. So, where we need to go next is not due south? Okay. So, what I'm seeing here is the next closest one, the one that would probably be easiest to navigate to, honestly, would be south. We go to the island to the south, we camp there, and we basically follow it south until we see an island that's almost due south of that after traveling for a bit. And then that's going to be southeast of that island. That's like out in the middle of nowhere. Like barely anything nearby. So, yeah. We're definitely probably going to have to be saving on our bed in order to figure this stuff out. Yeah. At least with this one. So, go to the island most to the south, camp there, and then we'll continue from that direction. Day 66. Okay. Well, we're here. Alright. Well. I'll eat this. Well, I don't even need to eat the fruit, really. Just leave that alone. And yeah, this will do its thing while we're out and about, so... Compass. We need to go due south, I think. So, let's navigate around until we find an island that's more or less due south of here. And then once we find that, we'll head in that direction. The island due south is that big one right there. So let's go that way. Not that one, but this one. This one's due south. And this one should actually have plenty of resources for us to use if we stay the night, so... yeah, due south. Okay, I think those are carcasses. 'Cause I don't think I've been away long enough for Big Bacon to come back again. Let's see. At least I hope I haven't been away that long. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are carcasses. Okay, the water still's full up. Yeah, those are carcasses. We're good. How are we doing on food up here? Okay, we've still got a pretty large stock of shark meat. Overall, the place itself looks okay, so we'll save and sleep here. Ah. Okay, just need a little bit of water, and honestly, yeah, I'll just grab this. That'll do. Alright, so we need to go... Actually, I'm pretty sure I saved, so... Let me... save real quick. Photographer. Okay, so we should be... Yeah, we're right here. So if we keep traveling due south, we'll eventually pass by this island here. Yeah. As long as we keep a due south course, we should land on that island, and then we can go southeast. And then that should take us to where we need to go. Just a second. Somebody requested a stream link. Sorry. Okay, yeah, if we go due south from here, we should be good. So south is that way. Let's navigate around the island first. Now we should be knowing we're going to be going in the right direction if what we see is just a desolate expanse of nothing but water. Because it's going to be a long trip that way. Oh, we're stuck. Hang on. You stop. There we go. And south is past that island over there. Come on. So south, I think, is that way. Let's make sure that's the way we're going. Yeah, basically straight ahead is due south. Almost exactly. So... we just gotta keep going this way. And hope something doesn't knock us off course. Now, we're going to see a lot of islands, like, on the side, but what we're particularly looking for is an island that's more or less straight in front of us. And that should be where we can stop for camp, before we actually find what we're looking for. Or search what we're looking for, anyway. Okay, we're not going, like, perfectly south, so shift that way a bit. Okay, more or less dead ahead. And I'm really hoping it doesn't storm on this long stretch, because there's going to be islands nearby, sure, but it's basically just going to be one big long stretch of open sea until we find what we're looking for. Oh, it's a marlin. Hi, friend. Yeah, I'm not concerned about you. Sorry, friend, I don't have time to race right now. I'm on the hunt. Yep, still going steady. Yep, still maintaining course. And so far, there's nothing out here. Color me concerned. Okay, there's another island, but I don't think that's the one we're looking for. Sun shining, water's a nice clear blue. Are we still going due south? Yeah, we are. Heck, this might actually be the place. I could be wrong, but... Well, the island we departed from has disappeared into the horizon, so... We're definitely making a good pace, at least. That's... That's more off to the side than straight in front of us, so I don't think... Uh-oh. Well, 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 if it ain't trouble. Too bad for you. You're a bit slow on the uptake. So, yeah, we're gonna overtake you, no problem. Eat my wake! Well, I guess technically speaking, I'm not leaving a wake because I don't have a motor. I could have built one, but there would have been no purpose. Oh, I can, like, barely see him. He's... Yeah, we're outpacing him pretty good. So that's what, like, 4 great white encounters now? Okay. Now, is that for the great white chasing us, or is that something else? That was for the great white, I think. So... This isn't due south. Okay, uh-oh. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to have to stop here anyway. Any port in a storm. I think this is... Spoke too soon. Yep, this is a storm. Okay. Yeah, raft's out of the water. Should be safe. Well, we might as well investigate this new area, see if there's anything of interest or of any danger around here. I doubt it, but... Yeah, there's some crabs. Is that a shipping container? Yeah, it's a shipping container. How fortunate. Unfortunately, that crab's looking right at us. Oh, I've still got my sunblock from, Abaya. I'm surprised that's lasted as long as it has. But, not really my concern at this point. Okay. That crab's just kind of over there doing his crab thing, so... Honestly, they ain't bothering us, so as long as they don't come over here, they shouldn't be a problem. I'll just stay here under the awning until the storm passes. Of course, we may be here all night. Not gonna lie, this place does look nice, but... Oh, you can actually stand on top of palm trees. That's cool. I've never had the opportunity to actually try that, so here you go. Learn something new. You can stand on top of the palm trees. This will at least keep us away from the crabs. God, in a storm, this is probably one of the worst places to stand. You're just asking for lightning to hit you. Standing up real tall like this. Come on, Storm. Careful, seagulls. I guess we'll just sit here and meditate on top of this tree until the storm decides to go away. Well, that worked. Alright. It's like 2 in the afternoon. I know for a fact we got knocked off course because of that storm, so... let's check and see where we are. Where are we? Okay, so we're actually like right where we need to be. This is the island we needed to stop at, so that's convenient. So we need to go southeast of here to find what we're looking for. So... yeah, given how late in the day it is, it may be in our best interest to actually just stay here, sleep for the night, and then we'll deal with that in the morning. So, okay. Might as well just leave the bed here, honestly. Bed? How about no? Yeah, put you right there under the awning. That'll do. Yeah, the raft's not going anywhere. Yeah, we may as well just stay where we are. Guess that means we're hunting crab. Not like we're doing anything else out here right now. Oh, you aggroed pretty quick. Yeah, I can kill these things in 4 stabs now. Very nice. To think, we've had our melee spear since the beginning of the game, and it still hasn't broken yet. Despite all the island hopping and adventuring we've been doing. It's getting close, but... where's your buddy? Buddy's hiding. Sneak attack! Okay. Well, let's see if there's any produce on this island. Well, I'm not seeing any fruit trees, but that doesn't mean there's not any produce. Ah, potato. Spud. All the carbohydrates. And yeah, okay. So compass. We need to go southeast. So what we're looking for is that way somewhere. Very helpfully indicated by that derelict. So, cool. Let's go ahead and move the boat into the position that we want it to be in. Yeah, we'll move this into position. And then by the time we're done with that, we should be ready to call it a night since the sun's starting to set. I'm just hoping that a storm doesn't happen in the morning and strand us here. I don't want to be waiting another day because of a bad storm. Because, like, there's legit only so much we can do around here that isn't just busy work. So... yeah, I'd rather just, you know, the weather behave in the morning, and then we can go find our objective. Then right here. So southeast is literally right there. So let's move you into position. We'll put you, say... I don't know... probably over here would be a good spot. You're not facing exactly southeast, but you're facing close enough. Grab a coconut real quick. This'll do. Spending a night out on the sand. I definitely wouldn't do this in real life, that's for sure. Let's get this out of the tidal zone. There we go. Oh, that wasn't enough. Okay. I figured that would have done the trick. Yeah, that'll do. Alright. Save. And then sleep. Alright, stats. Yeah, we'll be fine. Just break this real quick. Alright. So if I looked at the map right, what I'm looking for should be southeast of here. So, cargo. Put the bed in there. Probably should have brought some rations too, now that I think about it, but... no, I don't want to control. I want to get off. Or at least get that thing off. Let's move stuff forward. Move things where they gotta go. And hopefully we'll find what it is we're looking for out here. So we want this thing to be directly behind us. Okay. We should be going the right way. Let's see. We are going more south than southeast. We need to go that way. Let's go this way. It's not perfect, but slight adjustment. And yeah, we are basically going southeast now. So keep your eyes open for anything kind of like sticking out of the water. Oh, I see it. It's over there. Oh boy, we get the big one. That's fun. So this is where the size of my raft is actually going to be put to the test, because normally I have a 3x3, which is a nice rectangular shape. So That's usually long enough for me to do battle with this thing over here. I'm not sure if a 3x2 will do the trick or not. But we'll find out. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this battle, we actually can lose our ammo because there's no bottom here. There's no, like, ocean floor. So, okay, here we are. What time is it? 8 o'clock. So now you see this buoy. Oh, they actually gave that thing water physics. In previous versions, it just kind of floated there. Luska the Great. We're here. Let's prepare. And yeah, I'm fine on food. Let's see, water. I still got a couple of inventory spaces, so Luska is going to be the one that's probably going to be the most challenging, so let's grab a bunch of bandages. And 8:30 should be okay. So let me get a little closer. Right about here should do. Okay. I'm gonna eat a piece of shark meat just to make sure. I also need my sunblock. Oh, not enough room. Bandages. No storm.
Just what I need.
I don't know what I did with the other coconut. It's in one of these boxes. Alright. Yeah, putting it on a hotbar is not gonna matter. Okay, well, down we go. Hi! That's right, Luska the Great is a giant squid. Now, did that actually start the fight? I don't think it did. No, it didn't. Her health bar showed up, but she herself did not aggro. Hey! There we go. And once again, we are not getting Luska's boss theme. Okay, so you want to be careful. Whoa, yeah, you want to be careful with Luska, because Luska's special ability, ow, is that. Luska can snatch you off of your boat. Now, if I had a slightly longer boat, whoa, yeah, ow. If I had a slightly longer boat, it'd be easier for me to dodge it, but thankfully, just running around in circles seems to do the trick. Oh. Now, aside from knocking you off your boat, Luska's main attack is actually grabbing you and trying to force you into her beak. Ooh. Get Puck back out. Ah! Okay, she might actually grab me here. Nope. Ah! Okay, nice to know. Climbing up on the raft does not give you iframes. I thought it did, but no, it does not. Ow! Yeah, and sometimes she'll counterattack if you hit her too quick. How am I doing on health? Not too bad. That grab attack actually doesn't hurt that bad. So as long as you've got, like, full stats out, you should be able to out-heal the damage she does. Yeah, on a smaller raft like this, she's a little annoying, but not unmanageable. Ow! Ooh. Oh, I missed. Grab that. Thank you. Ugh. Just slapping me. I missed. That's not good. Did I hit part of my own boat, or what happened there? Whoa, hi there. Oof. I like how we're getting this peaceful music when we've got a literal kraken trying to eat us. Oof. Oh, stranded deep. Okay, she's down about half. Oof. Okay, try not to let her grab me, if I can. Ugh. Okay, I got super armor, if not iframes, so at least her doing that didn't knock me off. Oh. Okay, let me get... She might grab me here. Okay. On the buoys, actually relatively safe. Yeah, because you can use the buoy as kind of a guard. Oh! Where'd she go? Ah! I'll check my health in a second. Ugh. Dodge that. I'm doing okay. Not hurting me too bad. Ah! You got me on the rebound. Yeah, Leska's not that bad. She's just takes a while. But she constantly throws you off whatever it is you're standing on. Ooh. Oh, come on. And that missed because my aim was thrown off. Quit. Oh. Oh! Thanks, Leska. Whoa! I think I got caught on a bit of my own raft there, so that works. Yeah, just throw me around like a ragdoll, why don't you? Well, that works, I guess. Leska also has the most HP out of any of the bosses. So, yeah, she's going to be taking a toll on our ammo reserves, and I just shot my own raft. Thank you. Yeah, you didn't like that, did you? Whoa! Back to the boat. Get back to the boat. Ugh. Where is she? Where is she? Ow! Alright, she's got one more hit point. Die. Alright. Grab as many as we can, because once these drop, we won't be able to get them. Yeah, they're gone. Lost to the abyss. Okay, we didn't lose too many. We lost, like, maybe a stack. But, okay. Ooh. Okay, Leska's dead. We're still healthy, so we'll regen slowly on the way back. So let's head that way then. Now, thankfully, Luska, I would argue, is probably the hardest boss, and I say that very loosely. Just because she has the most HP, and she takes a while, and therefore is also the most resource intensive. But now that she's out of the way, I know which boss is left, and while that boss is aggressive, it's also got the lowest health out of all of them, so we should be good as far as resources and supplies go. Yeah, I'm very lucky she didn't grab me even once. Oh, well, yeah, I've still got all these too, so yeah, I'm fine. I've got plenty of ammo. So we want to go north from here. We want to go in that direction once we pass this island. Right? That way. Almost. Yeah, we need to make a slight adjustment. That's a tiger shark, I think. Yeah, make a slight adjustment. And yeah, we are basically going due north. So keep going in this direction. There's a bot here. Let me ban them. Ban. Sure, I'm still heading north. More or less, yeah. And what we're looking for is a big island more or less right in front of us. Because that'll be our base. Or at least, well, our campsite, I should say. Because while I do like this game for what it is, I will say, once you get past... Oh, hi. Once you kind of get to the point where I'm at, where, like, you've explored the immediate area surrounding your island, you should be in a good enough state to actually go to the endgame without having to look for absolutely everything. Now, there are some hidden secrets that are on some of the islands. I think there's 3 islands in particular have Easter eggs on them. There's a random chance. It's guaranteed per save file. There will be 3 islands that have these things. But which island has it is random. And there are 3 former survivor shelters on these islands. They'll have various tools and other things. Like, I think one of them has a free refined axe if you can find it. One of them has the Easter egg item Wally, which is a reference to Wilson from Castaway. It's a bloody hand-printed volleyball with sticks for hair. And I forget what the third one has. It's been a while since I've actually gone out of my way to find them, so I don't remember exactly what the third one has in terms of special stuff. It may be a refined spear or maybe some engine parts. I don't remember. Let me just make sure we are still going due north, right? More or less, yeah. Oh, hey, it's our friend the Marlin again. Hello. How you doing, buddy? Not in a racing mood today, unfortunately. I have business to attend to. Ah, I think I see the island we stopped at in the distance. Yeah, that's our base island, our little campsite. So yeah, we are roughly about halfway through the stream, so if we do make it to 3 hours, it'll be really close, but I think we'll probably end up finishing before then. I do believe that is our destination. I'm seeing a distinct lack of palm trees, so yes, that is indeed where we need to go. I think I can even see our platform, unless that's a mast. Kind of hard to tell from here. That looks like a mast, but I'm pretty sure that's the right way. Then I heard movement. Ah, yep. There we go. I wouldn't exactly say home sweet home, but we're definitely in the neighborhood. So, nice to be in a familiar place. Hey, and our Marlin friend's back. How you doing, buddy? And there's home. I can see it from here. Well, while we're in the area, let's stop at our campsite and gather some supplies. Since we're here and all. Let's see. Yep, there's our platform. Looks like we still got plenty of meat, so this is good. Big Bacon and his ilk probably shouldn't have come back yet, so... we should be good to stop here for a rest stop, if nothing else. Oh! Hi! You're back. I wasn't expecting you. Pinchy bastard. Well, into the carcass pile you go. I'm not particularly concerned about hunting down his friend. But, okay. Water still. So we can drink that. Should be good. Let's head on home then. Oh, it's Little Bacon. How you doing, buddy? Excuse me, Little Bacon. I got a thing coming through. Have the locals respawned? No, that's a whale shark, I think. Yeah, that's a whale shark. I mean, nice to see a friendly face, but man, don't spook me like that. You coming to wish me well on my journey? Man, how awesome would this be to be so close to a whale shark that you could legit, like, reach out and pet it? Man, that would be cool. And keep in mind, compared to, like, an actual real-life specimen, that's tiny. Like, that could very easily be, like, an adolescent whale shark. Full-grown adults are huge. They're the largest fish in the world for a reason. Oof. Alright, home sweet home. I got one that only has 4. All right, let's refill this while we're here. There we go, and then we have one that only has 4 servings in it. That'll be the first. First things first. Let's see here. Perfect. Okay. Water box is all set and ready to go. We've got quite a ways to travel now. Let me check on the fuel still, see how that's doing. It should be good to go. Yeah, it's set up. We've got extra fuel in case we need it. Yeah, I have been away for a bit, so probably wouldn't be a bad plan to take care of the crops while I'm at home. Because just in case I've miscalculated, I don't want these going bad on me. I guess because the storm wasn't around here, it didn't water my plants while I was gone. A bit annoying, but what can you do? How's the water situation looking here? You can get a full refill, but probably wouldn't be a bad plan to restock. Might be a bit too much, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a bit too much. But that's okay. Alright. Let's water the rest of our crops here before we decide to rest for the night. Let's see. There we go. And I think that's literally all of our water, so we got that perfect. No new potatoes or anything, but... yeah. Our watering cans, so to speak, are completely empty. Aldo, Aaron, how you doing tonight? Save. Let's check the map and see where we need to go. If I'm not mistaken, we need to head due west. Alright. So from here... yeah, it's basically a straight shot to the west, which there's almost nothing to the west. So, yeah. Oh. Okay, you know what? Actually, looking at it, that shouldn't be too hard to find, because that's... just bored? Well, hopefully, hopefully I can entertain you enough. This is looking to be the final episode of the series, so this is where we actually start finding the interesting things. I don't know if you've been around for it, but we've actually investigated these 2 skull and crossbones areas. They were the locations of sea monsters, and we've killed 2 of them. A giant moray eel and a giant squid. So that just leaves this one way over here on the westmost point of the map, and based on where that is, I think that's literally on the world border. Like, nothing goes past that. So, That should be pretty easy to find. We just strike out due west until we hit a barricade. And that shouldn't be too hard to do. So, alright. Grab that just to top off before we head out. And we go west. Okay, so this should be facing north, more or less. So, west, if I'm thinking right, should be that way. Yes. Yeah, due west, which is straight in that direction between the two islands. More that way. Okay, basically straight ahead. Come on. Get off the rocks. There we go. Okay, we're a little off. Alright, we're basically sailing due west, so here we go. I hear swimming. It's probably a hammerhead. Yep, there it is. Whoa. That was a bit of a swell. Alright, I hope you kind of keep your distance. I don't need you knocking me off course. It looks like he's in, like, investigate mode. Oh, nope, now he's attacking. Well, he was attacking. Alright. As long as we maintain our course, we should be okay. We could stop at that island there to camp, but honestly, unless a storm forces us to stop somewhere, we can probably just make it in one straight shot. Okay. Looks like we're going to have to do a slight divert in order to get around these things. Yeah, I'm on a collision course for that one, so we have to kind of squeeze through here. Oh, I remember this place. Yeah, like 3 or 4 wrecks all back to back, guarded by one shark. Oh, and there's a rock there. Oh, fun. Right, I remember this. Alright. You stop. Let's get back on track once we get ourselves free of this rock. Okay. Whoa. And west is that way. So off we go. We need to keep going in this direction. Okay, we need to go a little bit more to the right. Nope, still more. Still more. Jeez, how many adjustments am I gonna have to make? Okay. This is about as straight west as we can go. So here we go. I hear something. Shark music isn't playing, so I'm assuming that's a marlin. Let's see. Yeah, it's a marlin. Hi, friend. How you doing? Nope, that's not very fun. Yeah, we're still heading in the right direction. We just gotta keep going. I believe I may have mentioned this before in a previous episode, but despite how large the world is, it is finite and does have a border. If you continue long enough in one direction, you'll eventually come across an invisible barrier. Well, semi-invisible. It's invisible unless you're, like, right next to it, in which case you'll see a line of buoys just keeping you from going any further. And that's the world border, if you see that. And from what I could tell, based on the cartographer position, that what we're looking for is more or less at the extreme, like, most western point of the map. Like, it should be near the world border. So if we can find the world border, we can find what we're looking for. Okay, we're not going perfectly west, but we're going well enough. I'm not seeing much in the ways of islands out here either. And from what I could tell, the place is like probably the most remote we've ever been to. So not having islands nearby should be an indicator we're going in the right direction. So what I might do, once we get past this one, okay, there's still a few more ahead. Once we stop seeing islands like in the immediate vicinity, I'll stop at the closest one and save to pull the map out to make sure we're going in the right direction. Which we should be. It is due west, basically. But actually, no, that's just a mark on my screen. Well, good morning. Huh. That big island might be our last stop. Yeah. Hmm? A hammerhead? Oh, wait, I mean, we are pretty close to an island, so yeah. Seeing a hammerhead here actually does make sense. Looks like we're on a collision course, more or less directly for that island there. And this may be, like, the furthest reaches of the world. Yeah. Now, granted, I know we had to divert at least a little bit to avoid crashing into stuff, so being a little off course is understandable. But I definitely wasn't expecting a collision course with an island. This island's pretty big, though, and pretty open. Well, there's a crab there, and I'm willing to bet Big Bacon and the snakes are here, too. So, probably not a safe place to build a home. Okay, well, we're within bounds of the island, so should be safe to drop the bed here and look around. Right. Let's find out where we are. Okay. And I was right. This is quite literally the edge of the world. So we need to go northwest. We need to go a bit more north than west, and we'll find our destination. So, yeah, basically, like, the most west you can go on the map is where we're looking. So, not exactly perfectly west, but close enough. Now, why is that one circled white? I've never seen that before. Because the red circle is where you are. What's with the white circle? I wonder if that's like... I wonder if that's where one of the Easter egg items is, because like I said, I've never seen that before. Or, well, you know, that also could be a glitch. Like, you know, mousing over and it's not deselecting. Could be what that is. But anyway, yeah, we need to go northwest to find our destination. And it should still be pretty early in the day, so we shouldn't need to stop and camp here. But this will be the last place for us to do it. Once we head out, we're heading out. So, oof. Okay, so we need to go that way, more or less. Okay. That tells me it's 9 in the morning, because that's usually when that pops up. So... not perfectly straight, but as long as we keep going in this general direction, we should find what we're looking for. Let's move a little bit this way. And... yeah, we're basically going due northwest. So what we're looking for should be out here. So, much like before, we're looking for a small item just kind of floating out on the water. Although this one will actually be pretty distinctive, because unless they've changed it... oh, I can actually see it. Yeah, we're heading right directly for it. Right there, that little blip on the horizon there. We are heading directly for it. Hopefully we can get there before it's too late in the day. I'd rather not have to do this at night. Yeah, you can see it. We're slowly getting there. We're a little bit off course. There it is. Right there. I don't want to get too close. Okay. The Meg. And yep. A mega shark. Basically a souped up great white, the king of sharks. And it's 11 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, we've got plenty of time to kill this thing.
Just what I need.
I'm curious if I can get a preemptive strike. But before I do that... thought I heard wind. I don't want to get any closer than this. This should do. Now, can I get a preemptive attack on this guy? I can! As you can see, he big. But, as you can also see, he behaves no differently from your garden variety shark. Now, interesting that he did his jump. He's not supposed to do that unless you're standing on the whale carcass, because he aggressively defends that thing. He's also the fastest shark in the game, as you can tell. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh. Hit the rudder. But yeah, he's fast, he's aggressive, he can jump out of the water to grab you, but he's also really weak. Helps that he's the only boss you can get a preemptive attack against. And yeah, that's that. Megalodon defeated. We've defeated all of the sea monsters. We can go home. Oh, you know what? We may actually be better off staying out here. At least for the time being. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to park myself next to the whale. Yeah, we're in for a storm. So the nice thing is these boss areas are, I guess you could say, instanced. Anytime you enter them, the boss will spawn. Like, you noticed how we got, like, the boss titles when we entered the zone. That triggers the boss to spawn. If you kill the boss, leave the zone, and come back, the boss will respawn, and you can fight it again if you want to. However, because this is an instance area where you are supposed to specifically fight the boss and do nothing else, random creatures won't attack you out here. So, now that the Meg is dead, this is probably one of the safest places we can be in the middle of this storm. Because there aren't going to be any, like, sharks out here to ambush us because, well, this is a boss instance. There's no random enemies in here. So, but you can see out in the open ocean, ooh, bobbing up and down. You can see the waves are getting real wild. Technically, you're not supposed to be seeing this because the water's supposed to be calm when you come out here. But as you can see, the whale carcass is just a static object. It's just here. But I think we actually got pushed onto its flipper a bit. But yeah, we're safe out here, at least for now. So and honestly, now that we've dealt with the Megalodon, and we've killed all the sea monsters, nothing else is a threat. We just need to go back home, grab the last of the stuff we need, and we can finish the game right now. Once this storm passes, we'll be doing exactly that. Ugh. Ooh. I can tell you right now, if this was real life and I was on a dingy little raft like this with the seas getting this rough, let's just say there'd be a really smelly aftermath. This would probably be scaring me to hell and back. Imagine the smell coming off of this thing, though. Just a dead whale floating here, being munched on for who knows how long by that megalodon, rotting out on the ocean surface. Now, granted, the ocean's mostly saltwater, so maybe the salt could have preserved the flesh a bit. But... oh yeah, no. Despite the fact that the anchor's been deployed, we are actually getting pushed towards the whale. Whoa. I'm actually curious, did we get it? Yeah, I think we got a little bit of XP for killing the bosses. Interesting. Not much, mind you, because to actually max out your skill, it takes a lot to max out your hunting skill. It really does. Oh, geez. Raph actually tipped there for a second. Whoa. Whoa! That was a sudden drop. Yeah, these swells are getting bad. Okay, sounds like the wind's dying, so I think the storm's almost over. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Raise anchor. Let's turn around and go home. Whoa, careful, careful. Okay, we want to head towards that direction. Okay. So we want to head southeast and then east to get back home. I hear something. Oh, it's our Marlin friend, congratulating us on our victory. Hello. Oh, it's a whale shark now. Let's say that didn't look like a marlin. Still, though, friendly face saying hi. We must literally be, like, right on top of it, yeah. Oh, that's a rocky shoreline. We're not going to be able to get past that. Let me see if I can finagle my way around the shallows here. Nope, I'm stuck. Okay. Hang on. I accidentally beached myself here. Let's see. Can't read this compass too well. We need to go straight that way. Come on. And I've done beached myself again. Whoops. Figure out where we're going. Yeah, basically straight ahead. Aww, fur baby. Yeah, I actually meant to mention this, but I was so caught up with the roleplay yesterday with Fur Stooges, I never actually brought it up. I actually just recently lost a fur baby of my own. Those of you who have been with me on YouTube since the early days probably remember one of my earliest videos was about my cat, Coco. Yeah, she unfortunately had to be euthanized because in her old age, she just wasn't eating anymore. And the way my mother described it was she gave her a look that just said, I'm ready to go. So about 3:30 or so in the afternoon on Friday, she was given a sedative followed by a lethal injection. And then she was cremated. She was 17 years old when she died. So yeah, I've had that kind of weighing on my mind all weekend. But thankfully, streams can help distract from the pain. Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Thankfully, we still have two very loving fur babies here. And the oldest one, the now oldest one, which is Nocturnal, my voidling, as Star calls her, she'll be around for another good 6 years at least. So I'm loving the victory lap here with the friendly deep sea creatures. Yep. But how's your fur baby doing, Aaron? At least another 5-6 years? Well, I hope you can get that. I really do. Yeah. Open expanse of ocean as far as the eye can see. But this should be the way home. Assuming, of course, we don't get a face full of sail. Yeah, nothing but water out there for miles. And we are going the right way. We're heading east. We headed west to get this far, so... eventually we'll see something. Right eye looks great. He's not in pain, and the vet said the surgery on his right eye is no longer on the table. I'm glad to hear that. Uh-oh. I'm not glad to hear that, though. Let's see. Is it a goblin shark? I'm thinking it might be a great white. Goblin sharks are usually quick to show themselves. I'm gonna brace on the rudder, just in case we get smacked. Oh, I think I saw something. Yeah, I do see something. That is another whale shark. So, yeah, I think what happened was we were being stalked by a great white, but we got outside of his territory or whatever, or outside of his boundaries, and now we're in a different deep sea cell, and we have a friendly one. Here, so I can pet you. Yes, pet the whale shark. Any sign of land? Another whale! Wow! That's 2 whales in one stream. That's insane. Oh, there's something over there. Let's see. I can't tell, but that's definitely an island. Yeah. The fact that we're getting islands tells me we're heading in the right direction, at least. Ah, we have been knocked slightly off course. We're not going due east. So we need to go this way. A little bit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. We're back on course now, hopefully. Okay. Sorry about that, Aaron. Had to make sure I wasn't being attacked by anything. Let's see. That might be home right there, actually. I see some sort of large structure at the foot of the island. Now, granted... No, that might not be it. I think that's a large island. And what I'm seeing is just, like, rocks in the distance. I don't think that's home. Always have to be aware of your surroundings. Indeed, because you don't want to get lost. Especially when it's nighttime like this and everything literally looks the same. That big island doesn't seem to have any palm trees on it, so... Yeah, see, that one does, so that's not an island we've been to. However, that one seems to be lacking. So, the fact that that one's been stripped bare tells me we should be close to home. Or at least close to the neighborhood. Yep, still going east. funny. After seeing that whale, it's been pretty quiet. I'm pretty thirsty, but it's like 12:30. Half after midnight. Okay, there is an island dead ahead. Oh, hang on. There's an island over there in the distance. Looks like it's got a cargo barge, so that's not home. Yeah, that island's got palm trees. That one doesn't. There's home. I can see it. I can see our hut. Okay. We need to go this way. Okay, something's attacking us. Well, we outsped it, whatever it was, so probably a great white. But yeah, home should be just dead ahead. Because if you look, you can just barely make out the roof on the horizon. Good thing this isn't you in real life, otherwise you'd be worried. Oh, indeed, I'd be worried too. Because I don't have any actual survival skills in real life. Because video games don't exactly teach you how to actually do this stuff. And while I was a scout growing up, the scout troop I was in was more interested in trying to kill me than actually making sure I knew anything. So... yeah. Ah, yep, we're definitely in the neighborhood. There's the huge boat. So we're actually more south, I think. Yeah, we're more south. When we got knocked off course, it must have sent us a ways, but we found our way back. Gotta say, the increased draw distance definitely helps. I can see the lights. And we're home. Oh. I tell you, after traveling all over the Pacific, it's nice to be back. Oh. I won't be needing you anymore. Alright. I think we've earned ourselves a nap. Of course, we probably barely got any sleep. Yeah, we only slept for like an hour, but still. Okay, I gotta refill these things. Now we can eat one of these fruits we've got out here. Excellent. Okay. So, a couple things I want to do before we head out. I hope I have enough sticks for this. Wood hook. Now, hold on. Do I need lashing for the hook, or is that just something I can do? No, it's just 2 pieces of wood, so that's fine. So, a wood hook. We'll want to stick... Let's put them up here if we can we? No, you cannot stick the wooden hooks on these little slanted parts, so my little bedroom up there doesn't get anything fancy. But what we can do is we can stick them on the wall like this. Let's see, we'll put one right there with the Megalodon trophy. Boom. Another wood hook. Right there. With the Abaya trophy. Boom. Ugly looking thing, aren't you? And then the final wood hook. Right here. With the Luska trophy. So we have killed all the sea monsters. We've gotten all the things we need. We just need to pack up and get ready to go. So, the main things I'm going to be needing... I need these jerry cans. Now, all 3 of them are full. So, that should hopefully be enough. Let me check my larder box and see what my food and water supplies are looking like. Let's see. 1, 2, 3... Okay, this one needs refilling, but that shouldn't be too hard to do. Just in case I need to use it. Because just fixing that plane with the parts we got from the sea monsters isn't going to do the job. We're going to need supplies, too. We need to make sure it's fueled. We want to make sure we have enough food and water. So, larder box should be good to go. There should be more than enough food in there. So that shouldn't be an issue. And I've got the 3 jerry cans. So, now I do actually have my fuel still with an extra jerry can's worth of fuel in it. Just in case I need to come back here and get a 4th one. And if I need more, actually the potatoes should have grown back by now, right? Let's see. Yeah, they have. So, I'll tell you what. Let's grab these. Smash these in here. Okay, so now we have roughly 5 jerry cans worth of fuel. We've got 3 already in the can, 1 readily available for tapping, and 1 for distilling. So, with that, we should have everything we need to go. So let's get our raft pointed towards our final destination. That aircraft carrier over there. That looming monstrosity that's been there since the very beginning of our adventure. We've only been there but the once. I went there, I think, a second time when I was farming fibrous leaves just to stock up the campsite there. But yeah, this thing's been more or less just kind of there. Always present, always there is sort of like our goal. So it's time to head there for good. Say goodbye to our island, folks. We ain't coming back, hopefully. And if we do need to come back, it'll probably just be for a jerry can or two of fuel. Because my larder box should have everything else we need in terms of supplies. I imagine our friends, the crabs, will probably be back. Well, at least the journey over here was quiet. I fully expected the great white that hangs around here to poke his nose, but he didn't. Wherever he is. Ah. Freaking crab. Oh well. Onto the carcass pile with you. Oh, trying to roll away, huh? Think you can escape that easy. Grab our larder box. We should have everything else we need, so let's head on up. Missed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sprint up there. There we go. God, this entire place is just a tetanus infection waiting to happen. Ugh. Okay. Let's So first things first, we gotta fuel the thing up. Oh, good. We only need 2 jerry cans worth. That's good. Yeah, we definitely ain't going back home now. You need 10 things of food. Okay. Well, that's that. So now he's got to fix the plane itself. We're all supplied and ready to go. The rudder. There we go. The engine. And the propeller. There we go. It's time to go home. And not to that home. It's been a good home during our stay here. For the, let's see, 68 days we've been here. Almost, like a little over 2 months. But it's time for us to head back to where we actually need to call home. You gonna close the hatch? There we go. Okay, the engine's starting. Good, we turned over. Alright. We're closed in. Looks like we're sealed. Is it time to head out? Alright, engage the rail. Throttle the engine. Lift off. Oh. There's a great white down there. I definitely don't want to be crashing this now. Come on. Take one last good look, guys. Goodbye, island. Goodbye, Pacific Ocean. Three hours later. Jeez. We're still over the Pacific? I mean, granted, the Pacific's huge, so I get it. But... I just hope this thing's got enough gas to get us back to wherever it is we're going. What the... How was that for an ending? Turns out the whole reason you crashed into the Pacific in the first place is because you crashed into your own private jet. Because it's interesting, because at the very beginning of the game, you can't see what caused it. So you're just left to assume it could be literally anything. But in the end, your life is ultimately lost crashing into your own private jet and starting anew. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey bullshit. Exactly. So, I believe I mentioned early on that I do have a history with this game. I've played this game since its very first alpha, 0.01, which was released in, I want to say it was early 2015, January, I think, was when it dropped. And the Robinson Ade, island survival aesthetic really had me going. So I'm like, I want to look more into this, so I did. And yeah. And this got me really interested in the game, and this helped me find another game in the same genre, which I'll probably play eventually. Not right now, because this is my first survival game on the channel. Congrats on beating it. This is the third time I think I've beaten it. Just enough to give me an idea of what it is I absolutely needed to do. So... Now, there actually is a Stranded Deep 2 currently in development. I don't know if it's available on Steam Early Access yet. But Beam Team did take a feedback poll back, I think it was late last year or early this year. They took a feedback poll for all the Stranded Deep players who wanted to provide feedback on the game and what they should improve for Stranded Deep 2. I, of course, filled that form out and let them know some gameplay tweaks and grievances that I had, namely in regards to how wildlife behaved. Because compared to other games, the wildlife here is very gamey. If they're aggressive, they attack you pretty much exclusively. But what beating the game actually does for you, if you decide to create a new game, that gives you the starting crate option, which if we turn on the starting crate... no, I don't want to overwrite that save. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but basically what it does is you get a crate that can hold 3 items at the beginning of the game. You get a rubber ducky, which you saw in the cockpit there. It's an Easter egg item just there for decoration. You get a modern spear gun, which if you actually go to the Steam store page for its very first trailer, you'd see one of the things there you could use as a spear gun that you could find in a shipwreck, which never actually made it into the game, but that model is the basis for the modern spear gun that you can get from that crate. And it acts just like what Puck Puck would. And I think the third thing you get is you get 3 actual spear gun arrows, like harpoons, like mini harpoons. You only get 3 of them, though, and they do just as much damage as the kind you can make yourself, so... the bolts are kind of pointless, but, it's basically there if you want to start with a fancier-looking Puck Puck at the very beginning, instead of just playing through normally. Which, as you can see, I had no problems doing normally without the crate, so it's more or less just a bragging rights reward if you want it. But anyway, that's it. That's been Stranded Deep. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope y'all are looking forward to my next series. I'm not quite done with Stranded Deep yet, though. I do have something else in mind for the next episode. Consider it a treat, if you will. But you guys will probably see that next week. So, I'm going to drop, because I do have work tomorrow. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next stream. Good night, everybody.